Now, the bar are under strict instructions that they are not serving during my very short speech. However, it would be most inappropriate if I didn't take at least a few moments to thank you all for coming, to thank you all for your support of the Koala Kids Foundation, which, I might add, was only commenced operation on the 1st of October 2015. Most of you are aware that, in fact, Koala Kids program has been operating since Nick Mandy founded it in 2005. And we have operated as a program, and during that time we have earned the respect from our sponsors and our partners and our friends and our donors, and we have earned the comfort of the families who are struck by that rotten thing called cancer. Since that time, dozens and dozens and dozens of volunteers from the age of 5, 6 or 7 to the very cherished age of 76, I think. She comes in every Monday. We all share a passion, myself included, as a volunteer. There are no salaried workers at Koala Kids. We do not pay rent. We do not pay for services. We have incredibly generous providers, most of you who are here tonight. And we are now an independent charity in our own right with deductible gift recipient status, which means that everybody that makes a donation, either in cash or in kind, is issued with a Koala Kids Foundation receipt, and for that we're really proud. We're passionate about what we do because we believe happy helps, and that's why we've invited you here tonight. At the outset, I'd like to thank Josh Tompkins and the amazing team here at Mercedes-Benz. I don't know if they actually realised what they were in for when they very enthusiastically said, yes, we'd love to have you and all your friends. Of course, our friends being our business partners and our program supporters, etc. But Josh and his entire team have been incredible. They let us in an hour ahead tonight. We were moving in at 6. Fortunately, they'd sold so many cars, they'd sold out by 5, so in we came. To the dealer principals, to Melanie Psychonic, I hope I got that right, and everyone at Mercedes who helped us bump in and maybe will help us bump out in the morning. I'd like to welcome and thank Christine Kilpatrick, Professor Christine Kilpatrick, CEO of the Royal Children's Hospital, Miles Prince, haematologist of Cabrini and Peter Mack, Lorraine Dennistein, psychiatrist, and Professor Mimi Tang from Murdoch Children's Research Institute for their support. And I've just realised I printed 2 sides of the document, so I missed a page. I will go back actually, because someone made the comment earlier, wow, the Koala Kids Foundation, Mercedes-Benz, big time, hey? Please don't be fooled. We are a tiny, weeny, little organisation that provides lots of small things for kids with cancer. We might turn over, I won't say how many figures, but we're not in 7 figures, and we don't ever want to be in 7 figures because we want to remain a volunteer-driven program operating in the way we operate, and that's very important to us. We just think we look great with Mercedes-Benz, and they think they look really good with us too. Tonight wouldn't be anywhere near as fabulous without the incredibly generous support of our stalwarts. Cooper and Millers, Liz and Steve Ferrentinos are extremely generous, and if you go to their Malvern Road store of Cooper and Millers, you will eat more delicious food that you're eating here tonight. Janie Harcourt from the Calendar Cheese Company for the beautiful buffet. Fleur McLaughlin for our flowers, Cinema King, Peter Stewart and Lynn Wee for the amazing AV, and this year they took over and they let me have nothing to do with it, so it won't go wrong. The Design Depot, Bruce and Chica Keyball are incredible and long-time supporters. Mario and Murray Tanafera from Slide Productions for our furniture. Tiger Corporation, Angela and Larry Speezer, and our auctioneer, the Stars, Andrew Stewart, whom you'll meet later. Each of our volunteers in their happy t-shirts, I'm sure you will agree, look fabulous. And of course our events committee, in particular Kira Griffiths, Amanda McPherson, Katie Clements, Camilla Council, and the new kid on the block, Isabel Parks, who only started yesterday, and she had to work tonight, so she's not even here. But those ladies and a whole lot of other people have contributed to tonight's success, and I'd like to thank them all, please. Now, at this point, I would like to quickly ask Josh Tompkins to grab the orange box from the counter, and we'll quickly draw the business card draw, because I know that the box is overflowing with business cards, and I hope you've all put them in. And if you have a card and you haven't put it in, quickly do it on his way here. We have two fabulous prizes, and one is a weekend drive in a beautiful Mercedes, and the other are the flowers. I think I've lost you. Okay, you can pop your business card in the box. You don't have to talk as well. I'd like to make a very special welcome to the Robert Connor Dawes Foundation, whom we have collaborated with our first program. We have collaborated with another foundation, and we've done the wonderful Superheroes program at Peter Mac, which you'll see a little bit more later. And Josh, why don't I hold the box? You stick your hand in, I'll read out the name, and let's say that the first draw will be, the lucky person will win a weekend drive in a Mercedes. Any particular Mercedes? Obviously they've got to get new stock in because they sold them all today. Okay, I'm a Mercedes convertible. Oh, that's nice. So, Nikki Ford. Nikki, would you prefer the flowers or the Mercedes done? Good girl. Nikki likes the Mercedes. Okay, next one. That's right, Josh. You're trying to find Mercedes buyer. Carolyn Liuzzi. Carolyn is our program. This is really lovely because, in fact, Nikki Ford is mum of Gracie Ford, whom Gracie's shoeboxes are named after. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. But Carolyn Liuzzi is the Art Cabriolet, and we collaborate with Caroline's organisation to provide our Artist in Residence program at Monash Children's Cancer Centre. So, Carolyn, we will get you your flowers from Fleur after I've spoken. Thanks, Josh. Okay, I'd like to acknowledge and thank my poor fellow board members who got sucked in to being directors of the Koala Kids Foundation, and we're having great board meetings and we get the job done, and it's extremely informal and it's with so much passion and love, and it's just a joy to work with Eleanor Graham, who's been involved with Koala Kids since we started, Roger Bellick, who's also stuck with me, Dr. Annie Molden, who is a very highly respected and well-known paediatrician in Melbourne's paediatric scene, and our new Judy Mullen, of course. Poor Judy met me 3 years ago and she hasn't been able to shake me either, nor Koala Kids. And our new finance director, who coincidentally happens the same surname as Judy, Jack Mullen, who unfortunately wasn't able to be here tonight. We have a very hard-working and enthusiastic executive committee, and every single volunteer, as I said, who shares the passion for providing 1,700 plus families of children with cancer and their families. And I say plus because we are broadening our scope a little to take in the adolescent and young adult service at Peter Mac. We are forming a Koala Kids Young Adult Committee, and we will be working very closely with Alana Berger and the advisory team of young adults at Peter Mac that have cancer. So we're very excited about the opportunities that will bring, both for Koala Kids, but more particularly, of course, for these young adults who can be struck with cancer at probably one of the worst times of their life. They're either entering tertiary education or completing VCE, or, of course, moving into the business world, and their lives change. I'd like to acknowledge Sophie Mullen, who was our intern last year, and we named Sophie as our Volunteer of the Year, and she jetted off to Amsterdam with her certificate and her badge, and we wish Sophie well. I'd like to acknowledge we have several student ambassadors here tonight, and these children share our passion for doing things for children with cancer, and they understand that these children lose lots of school time and they get really sick, and these kids particularly, and some of our ambassadors have been with us for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years, and they grow up with us, and they grow up, of course, with their communities, and they spread the word. They raise money for us, but that's not the important part. And I won't read them all out tonight because I don't have all their names here, because we've been so thrilled that so many of them could come. But I will give each of them their certificate and their badge that I'm sure they will wear with much pride later. I would like to mention one special ambassador, because he has been an ambassador of Koala Kids for 3 years, and Arnie Ferentinos, son of Steve and Liz Ferentinos from Cooper and Millers. Arnie has single-handedly been responsible for raising more than $20,000 in 3 years at Camberwell Grammar School. And I'm sure anybody who's ever been involved with fundraising, as I know many of you have, know that that's no mean feat. And in this, particularly in this world of where, you know, a lot of people have got charity fatigue and fundraising fatigue, there is an incredibly generous and supportive community at Camberwell Grammar. And I must say, I don't know if Daniel Maher and his mum have arrived yet, but a little boy came to our office last Friday, and he's very excited because at the end of this year, oh, he is here, great, oh, they've just arrived. Well, at the end of this year, Daniel's going to Camberwell Grammar, and boys, he got big shoes to fill. Arnie would be recognised with his certificate and badge after. On behalf of Koala Kids Foundation, I have some very exciting news, and that is we are announcing tonight, and I'm very pleased to announce that Emma Clapham and Tom Hawkins are our new ambassadors. For those of you who don't know, Emma is a very bright, extremely talented and professional young woman who's about to become Mrs. Tom Hawkins, and Em interned with Koala Kids when we first started back in 2007, and she was a media and communications student at Melbourne University, and she was writing media releases and doing all sorts of things with Koala Kids. And we're extremely thrilled that Tom, her Geelong football starring husband-to-be, they've been together for 8 years, so he sort of has known Koala Kids for a long time. And both of them have agreed to take on Koala Kids and spread the word. And I think if you look at their Instagrams or their Facebook, between them, I think they've got about 60 or 70,000 followers. So we're very excited about the opportunities that Emma and Tom can provide to us. And we apologise, they were coming down. Tom was training till 5 o'clock. They were going to be here by 6, but they had to be back at 7:45 for dancing classes for the wedding. So we'll report back to you on how their dancing are. But we're very excited about our announcement, and we're very excited to have them part of our young adult Koala Kids program. To Tiff Cherry, are you here, Tiff? She's not here, another of our ambassadors. And sadly, Jack Bongiorno. Oh, she's about to walk in the door. Gosh, how's that for timing? Jack Bongiorno sadly couldn't be here tonight because I think his house is being filmed for some fabulous big TV show that's coming up, where his favourite charity, of course, is Koala Kids. And I must say, Jack Bongiorno every single day thinks about Koala Kids in some form. He avails all of the Marshall White staff and their contacts to us at Marshall White's or Jack Bongiorno's costs, and we would not be and couldn't be the organisation we are without people like Jack, and I do mean that, and if you bump him over the next few days you can repeat that quite easily. I'd also like to mention very special and most appreciated pro bono support, and tonight is about thank you, so I hope you'll bear with me, from Russell Kennedy, and we have Corey Janke here. His mum Deb's one of our volunteers, and when we were looking for someone to champion our incorporation and our tax status, etc. through, she said, I'll have a chat to Corey, and say, well, poor Corey, he was done. But I thanked Corey for championing it through with the partners at Russell Kennedy Lawyers in town, and say what an amazing job they did. Our application was submitted on the 14th of September, and it was stamped on the same day. And if anyone's ever had dealing with the Australian Tax Office, at that level, I don't believe, and we've been told they don't do things that quickly. Watermark patent attorneys are registering our brands and our taglines and those programs that need it, and I thank Amanda Jones, and she's here tonight. Taylor and Grace for doing an incredible job. And every morning we wake up and we look at our new branding and people go, wow, you're a really big foundation now. Please, again, don't be fooled by the company we keep. We get the best and we give the best, but we're still a tiny little organisation. But to have such branding and to have people comment on what we look like and how slick and schmick, etc. that we are is pretty special, all the way down to even our T-shirts we love and our Koala Kids aprons. Lisa Lipshut Designs has rolled out the work that Taylor and Grace have done, so Lisa provides our daily graphic art supply, and we thank Lisa for working with the Taylor and Grace team, and Taylor and Grace together with Lisa making us look amazing, both to the families and to our sponsors and partners, etc. And last but by no means least, Corjo, our incredible pro bono landlords at Auburn Road, Hawthorn. For those of you, and I know many of you have been out to our offices, we are incredibly fortunate to have a growing office, and by that I mean that our Ashley allocated us a lovely little space, and we're in a considerably larger space that now has glass on all four walls. It didn't before. We have probably, you know, a little bit of the warehouse, and we have the use and the support of all of the Corjo team every day, and they find it a joy to be involved in. And I'm just so sorry that none of them were able to join us tonight. I'd like to thank Fiona and Greg Carnes, who hosted our We Believe Happy Helps lunch in November. We turned a lunch around with the help of an amazing events committee in 3 weeks. We sold out in 2 weeks, and we raised $46,000 because of Fiona and Greg's generosity and a lot of hard work. And Greg has just given us the nod that you can save the date, ladies. And Darren, sorry. Save the date of the 21st of November for the second annual We Believe Happy Helps at Quat Quarter in Ripponlea, and we look forward to coming back there again. Thank you. We have some beautiful support from some very special families here tonight, and unfortunately, not all these families are complete. And it's not inappropriate that we don't think of their sadness, because we share it with them, and we try even harder to make sure that every day of their lives we can provide some happiness, because we believe happy helps. And we are so thrilled that these families have all joined us tonight, and their kids are enjoying activities and they're being nice and quiet during the speeches. And we love the fact that these families love us providing what we provide to them, and we're Koala Kids family and we're Koala Kids friends. And Nikki and Mayla know who I'm talking about when I send our warmest love from all of us to your families forever. Brings me up to Gracie's shoeboxes. So, Nikki, you're going to have to put a smile on your face, sweetheart. Nearly 2 years ago, at one of our morning tea parties at the Royal Children's Hospital, I met a gorgeous, enthusiastic, effervescent, she talked as much as I did, Nikki Ford. And Nikki told me about the little shoeboxes of fun that she was creating for little Gracie, because Gracie was a busy little girl. And she'd just started prep and she'd been diagnosed with leukemia. And Nikki couldn't keep her busy enough. So every day Nikki would produce another shoebox filled with fun things for Gracie to colour or to create or to cuddle or to eat or to paint on her face or whatever. And Gracie thought it was a great idea. Mum, why don't we make them for all the children? So, of course, Nikki did. Nikki went to Gracie's school at Mentone Primary School, and she said that the following week she was picking up 80 school boxes. I said, really, Nikki, and where are you going to put those? Oh, she said, I'll bring them into the hospital and give them to the children. And sadly, I knew that you just can't do that. So I said, sweetheart, you can't do that, but we can. She said, great, there's the address. And one of our gorgeous volunteers, Ashley, met Nikki at school one day and loaded up the car with 80 or 90 shoe boxes, and there officially started Gracie's shoebox program. We have a shoebox room at Koala Kids, but very shortly we are going to be turning them over, as every Monday and every Friday we will be delivering to every child on the Kookaburra ward and the children with cancer on the Kelpie ward their shoe boxes. We even had our Gracie, so our Gracie was Volunteer of the Year in 2014, and she's our photographer tonight, and we thank her very sincerely for taking off her apron and taking up her camera. And Gracie, for her 21st birthday last year, invited all her family and friends to donate a Gracie's shoebox in lieu of buying her a gift. And the Kerrs, I think, will concur that we had a Christmas tree of shoebox in the Kerrs lounge room, because we had no room for them all at the office, but we made room. And then we had a team of 30 volunteers come in one Sunday and label all the boxes. So every box, apart from having a name of a donor, etc. on it, it also has the age and the gender of the child that it's been made for. And there was a beautiful post very recently, and it was a gorgeous girl with her great big, and let me tell you, the shoebox is just an expression for a container of toys. And this lady, the gorgeous girl, said, thank you, Hamish Bailey, you've made my day. And that's what we do at Koala Kids. So I thank Nikki for letting us partner her on that There's been Gracie's shoe boxes, there's been Milan's birthday, which where a little boy who was finishing his cancer treatment wanted to give a birthday present to everyone else on the cancer ward, so we logistically helped him deliver that. And fortunately, Koala Kids, through our filter of small things that make a difference to all these lives, we can partner all these tiny little families who have got ideas and want to give to other families, and we can make it all work. And I think that's a really special thing that we're able to do logistically, etc. Our year ahead is extremely exciting. We will see over the next few weeks our revamped website, and then after that we will have a whole new website. Our foundation, we're about building on our own foundation and strengthening our brand and strengthening our delivery and getting more out to more families more often. With the Art Cabriolet, we're looking at rolling out more art program for children and for their families, which is important. Carnival for Kids, Cat Gobbo, and our gorgeous kids here tonight in costume provide our school holiday program every single day of the school holidays. And it was our first program we started in 2007, and it has operated every day of the school holidays since then. And if we did nothing else except the school holiday program, we would still have an amazing program. Thousands of children are entertained, and the only criticism we've ever had is they're very noisy. They squeal and laugh a lot. We don't have a problem. We're going to launch the Cuddle Buddies program this year, which is going to be a beautiful soft toy chosen by every single child and young person with cancer, and it'll be theirs to keep. And later on you'll get news about how you can also participate in that program. At Monash, we're working closely towards the establishment of the new Children's Cancer Centre at the new Monash Children's Hospital, which is really exciting. We're working very closely with all of the team at the Royal Children's Hospital, Meredy and so many others. We provide a very rich literacy program with the Education Institute, and we provide all the educational consumables for the teachers working with children with cancer. And often these kids are missing not 2 or 3 or 4 years of school, but considerably more at early learning primary and at secondary level. We work with the therapist, the music, the play, the procedural, the pain. We work with the adolescents. We work with really anyone connected with cancer. And sadly, that also means the palliative care team, but we work really closely with the palliative care team so we can actually source products specially for children that want to make special things for their family at that time of their life. We're very excited to announce that we will be, as I said earlier, expanding our Koala Kids program into a young adult program at Peter Mac, and then of course partnering Peter Mac in the paediatric radiotherapy service as they move into the new Victorian Comprehensive Cancer Centre in June of this year. That's it. I thank you all for your incredible attention. No, don't turn around. No, I have one thing to say. No, before we launch into something, and I will say, you won't reach for your tissues, but I hope you'll find this empowering and evocative. But greatness is not built by one person, and please don't anybody think either A, that I get paid to do what I do, even though my husband would love me to, and B, also don't think that anything in this organisation is able to be created or achieved by one person alone. And behind me are more than 100 volunteers who give of their time however much they can, and don't judge it by what I do or what I say. And I thank each and every one of you for supporting all of us so that we can deliver to the families who need our smiles. Have a look at this, and then I'm going to introduce you to Andrew Stewart, who's going to extract a little wallet-ectomy from each other. Supported by the Robert Conadors Foundation, I'll now introduce our real estate superhero, Andrew Stewart. Stewie, and with your Koala Kids gavel, I'll hand the baton to you.
Thanks, oh, good man. Ladies and gentlemen, gee, that's a bloody good PA, that, isn't it? Because Mandy was so brief with her speech, it gives me an opportunity to take a long time with the auction. We'll get into it pretty quickly, ladies and gentlemen. A quick auction is a good auction. We have 3 terrific items here for you today. And the first one, Liz, is in your left hand. There are tickets here to John... Did everybody get one of these or no?
No, there was one on the reception.
Okay, well, there we go. There are 2 tickets to John Mellencamp concert at Rod Laver Arena on Wednesday, the 22nd of June last year. That's good, isn't it?
No, because it was February last week, but they put the concert back.
Ah, yeah, they put it back for us.
Say 2015.
No, it says 16. There you go. So, look, you can actually go to the concert. That's pretty good, isn't it, Liz?
It's all right.
Righto. Now, these 2 tickets, they're A-grade tickets, I'm told. I don't know where they are, but I've no doubt. A-grade tickets, I'm told they're going to be absolute. There he is there. Looks like a poor man's Greg Carnes, doesn't it? Righto. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What would you pay for these? What would you pay for these, Duncan? You'd pay 200, would you? You'd pay 200 for them each? Each? That's 400? Each? There's two. We'll make it $300. Okay, it's 300. At $300, I'm bidding. I'll take a $20 rise. At $300, I'm bidding. The concert is 22nd of June this year, which is very good. I'm not going to muck around. 320, I'm bid 320, 340, 360, 380. At 380, I'm bid at 400, bid now at 420. At 440, can I say I'm bid 420 here? How you done? 420, silent. No further bidding at 420, 40. 440, 460, sir. 460, make it 500, 500, thank you, sir. At 500, timing's everything of these things, isn't it? At $500, I am bid. At $500, I am bid at 20, if I can say 20. Roger, 520, surely at 520, I'm bid at 520. At 520, at 550, can I say? At 520, done, silent, no bid, a bid at 520. Well done, Roger, enjoy that concert. Who is the co-chair of the Koala Kids Foundation? Yeah. It's like buying your own house back, Rog. Yeah, good work, mate. Now what we've got here, we've got a cricket bat. Any idiot can see that it's a cricket bat, but it's actually been signed by the Australian, England and the Kiwis.
In 2007.
In 2007, which makes an absolute cracky year. But for those of you who do enjoy sportsmen, who's there? Ponting and Gillies. Clarkey. Who else is there? Doesn't matter, really. Anyway, it's a cricket bat, it's a bloody beauty. Stick it in a frame or something on your wall and it's good. What do you reckon, Duncan? How much for that? 200. The bat costs more than that, but we'll start her at 200. We'll take $100 rise and 3 on bid. At $300 I'm bid now. At $300 here at 4. Can I say and 4 bid? At $400 I'm kicking that glass all around the place, but there you go. At $400 I'm bid at 4. Can I say 5? At 400 are you all done? All silent 5 bid. At 5 bid, well done, Macca. At 500,000 I was going to say, and it might have given you the shits a bit, Macca, that, but there you'll be right. At $500 I'm bid. At $500 I'll take another 100. You all done, all silent, no bid, a bid at $500. Take 50 if it helps. At 500, was that a bid there, Deb? At $500 I'm bid, all done, all silent. No further bidding at $500. Macca, well done, bud. Enjoy that. And the third and final item, so I know you've been waiting for this. This is a great opportunity just to, rather than just giving $500, you actually get something for it. And it is, in fact, it's a rather remarkable looking set of equipment, this. That is a tennis shoe. It's a size 9. But you can blow it out to 10 if you cut the toes out. Or you can make it short if you stuff cotton wool in the front of it. So if you're anything from about size 5 to 15, you can fit into this. But it's got this remarkable thing on the top here, Liz. I don't know what that is, but it's a remarkable thing. It supports the ankle, but of course the most important thing is Serena Williams, who unfortunately didn't win this year, but she came pretty close. She's actually signed the thing for us and donated by her. I should also say, I beg your pardon, the tickets were donated by Dainty Corporation and the cricket bat from Cricket Australia. But this one here has been donated by Serena herself. And they are a pair.
Well, there's only one bat.
It's like the bloke who they found him with one thong on. He said, "Oh, you found a thong?" He said, "No, I lost one." There we go. And they're both signed by Serena Williams. What do you reckon? Kick us off, Duncan. What do you reckon? Deb, what do you reckon? 2,000. Or were you just saying hello? $200. The shoe would cost you a lot more than that, but I thank you for the start. And I'll take a $50 rise at 200 iron bid and 50 bid, thank you, sir. At 250,000, 3 now. At $300 iron bid. At $300 iron bid, 50, sir. At 350 now, I don't recognise any more bids on the right. At $350 iron bid, because it's my daughter and she hasn't got the money, I can tell you. At $350 iron bid. At $350, both of them signed by Serena, 400 bid and 500, can I say, sir? Thank you, sir, at 5 and 6, can I say? At 6 iron bid now, at 6 and 7 now. At 6, your bid, sir, it's your turn. 650, thank you, at 650 now at 7 bid. At $700 I'm bid. Are you all done at 750, can I say? At $700, all done, all silent, no better bid at 750. At 750, thank you, sir. Was that a bid at the back there, or were you just pointing for me? I think I'm bid 750, am I not? I think I'm bid 8 now, am I? I'm bid 8 now. I am bid $800 now, sir. At 8, you look like a perfect size 9 too, just by quietly. What am I bid, please? Was it 900, I think? 800 is your bid, sir. 800 is your bid. At 800, may I make it 9, sir? At 800, just round me off at 1,000 if you would, and I won't even look at you again. Give me 1,000, I won't even look back at you. What about a deal? What sort of deal's that? At $800, I bid, all done, all silent. No better bid at $800. Make it 9 now if you like. At 800, all done, all silent, no better bid. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Thank you to those people who bid, and good luck to those who didn't.
Stewie, thank you, and thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and we look forward to speaking to you during the year. Enjoy and stay and be happy.